Hmm. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Hmm. What is going on, guys? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and I'm here with some more baseball news as we got a big topic to talk about here for sure, and that is the signing of, in my opinion, probably the biggest name on the free agent market this offseason. Like the biggest name that everybody was intrigued to see where he would go. Yes, we've seen guys like Freddie Freeman sign on with the Dodgers at the Braves. We saw Corey Seager go to the Rangers. Marcus Semien also go to the Rangers. We did see a few signings, but I still personally think when you think of the free agency going into the 2022 season for Major League Baseball, I think Carlos Correa was the biggest name on the market personally. So before, of course, the lockout happened, I'm expecting like a big Mike Trout, Giancarlo Stanton, Alex Rodriguez type contract for Carlos Correa. The lockout happens, we have to wait. Time goes by, the lockout ends. And as I keep saying, I knew the moment the lockout ended, with how long this trend was going, I knew once it was open, then it'd be going a free agent frenzy, going like crazy with all these free agents trying to find jobs. And one by one, the teams I thought Correa would go to, the Yankees, grabbed somebody. They got that Isaiah, whatever his name is, guy from that they got in the Josh Donaldson trade. They grabbed him. I thought he'd go to the Yankees. I thought maybe the Dodgers, because the Dodgers lost Corey Seager. Doesn't seem to be the case anymore there. Of course, they got Trey Turner now, who's moving over from second to short. Maybe the Rockies, because they lost Trevor Story. But then, of course, for a few days, the only team I was really hearing was the Astros. And I was starting to believe that Carlos Correa may be heading back to the Astros. Instead, though, I wake up yesterday morning getting the ESPN alert that Carlos Correa, which, by the way, fun fact about Carlos Correa, I am exactly 1 year older than him. He's September 22nd, 1994. I'm September 22nd, 1993. So we're exactly 1 year apart. I'm older, though, of course. Sorry, Carlos. But he ends up signing with the Minnesota Twins on a 3-year contract, $105.3 million over 3 years, with opt-out clauses available for, I think, every year, I think it is. I can't remember if it was. But it still makes him one of the highest paid players, even though it's only for 3 years. It still is giving him one of the highest pays for a season. Like if you break down to a 1 year contract, it'd still be one of the highest pays, like 30-some million a season he'd be getting paid. So when I heard this, at first I was just like, huh? Like, you look at the American League Central. Still feel that's one of the weaker divisions. Maybe the weakest division in Major League Baseball. I think the White Sox are still going to be contending at the top. They had, they still got, Jose Abreu. They have a couple, solid pitchers and a couple good hitters. I know Luis Robert is like the next big name that waiting for to have a breakout year, but he's been hampered he was hampered by an injury last year, and we had the shortened 2020 season as well. So I feel like they're set. The Guardians, keep forgetting, the Guardians still have a solid roster. I think the Tigers are going to test some contention this year. The Royals, not so much. The Twins. Until this move happened, I saw the Twins being last place in their division. Now I see them placing fourth over the Royals. the Twins are a team that they still have some pieces to where they were a contender. They still have some names like Miguel Sano and Max Kepler. They got Gio Urshela recently and Gary Sanchez in the Josh Donaldson deal. And now they've grabbed Carlos Correa, but only for 3 years. Just till he turns 30. At first I thought with this, I'm just like, if he has opt-out clauses, and he's going to a team that I don't see contending this year specifically, then what was the point of him signing this deal? That's what I thought at first. Because, look, there are names again, like the Max Keplers. We got, the Gary Sanchez's, the Miguel Sano's, the Gio Urshela's, and Carlos Correa's. All are great players. Take Correa out there for instance. But those players, I mean, Gio Urshela is still young, so okay, take out Urshela and Correa. You got Gary Sanchez, you got Max Kepler, you got Miguel Sano. What do those three players kind of have in common? Are they big names? Yes. Unfortunately, though, they are definitely three inconsistent players. So they still have some pieces. They still have some pieces in their starting rotation. I believe they have Kenta Maeda and a couple other people in that rotation. They have some pieces that could make them contenders. I don't think they're consistent enough to have the right team chemistry put together. So that's my first thing. Having Carlos Correa, a guy who's only 27 years old, and has, all the talent in the world as a big league ball player, why is he signing like a brief 3-year deal for $100 million to play for a non-contending team right now? Well, here's the other thing I thought about. Besides the fact that, there's probably a lot of players that are just rushing to find jobs at this point because of the lockout. But there's something about Carlos Correa that I've realized. I talked about in my Chris Bryant video how even though Chris Bryant is still good, I feel like he has not been the superstar I thought he would be. I kind of feel the same about Carlos Correa. He's had some good years under his belt, don't get me wrong. But he's been hampered by injuries. Let me pull up Carlos Correa's stats. Carlos Correa, okay. His rookie season, he played 99 games. He was a June call-up. Probably his strongest. He hit 22 homers, drove in 68 RBIs, spectacular. 153 games in 2016, only hit about 20 homers and 274, okay. But then listen to this. 2017, 109 games. 2018, 110 games. 2019, 75 games. 2020, make an exception there because it was a short season, 58 games. But in 2021, 148. So the past 2 years, he's been able to remain healthy. Before that, though, he's been pretty injury prone. Which makes him, even though he has so much potential to be a superstar, can easily, be another, Derek Jeter or non-cheater Alex Rodriguez type player. He could definitely be a superstar. The injuries, though, have definitely hurt him. Like this past season, he hit, 279, 26 homers, 92 RBIs. Definitely his best season. The guy should be hitting 30, 35 homers and driving about 90, 100 RBIs for sure with fully healthy. He had that potential shown when he came up in 2015. Was the 2015 Rookie of the Year. He's definitely, that big of a superstar. But my thing is maybe this deal, since it came at like a crazy time with all the free agent frenzies, the lockouts and whatnot, maybe this deal might be okay to test Carlos Correa's health. You know, if he can put on a healthy campaign and put up the numbers that he's been due to put up, maybe this could lead to him opting out of this deal and getting like that 10-year deal, like that Mike Trout deal with a different team. You know, I think Xander Bogaerts' deal ends next year, I think, with the Red Sox. So that could be him going on the free agent market, and that could be Carlos Correa opting out of his deal to go to a team like the Boston Red Sox. I mean, I know people are sick of seeing like all these big names go to teams like, you know, the Yankees and the Red Sox and, you know, the Mets and Chicago's teams, like all this jazz and whatnot. I get it. But I think the reason why this deal happened is to see if Carlos can remain healthy. I think that's the big reason why it's only just a limited 3-year deal. Still getting a lot of money, but it's a 3-year deal with a non-contending team. That, I think, is where the direction that they may be going. So, that's my thoughts. Let's see what Carlos does this year. Like I said, next year we could be talking about him again, testing that free agent market. Next year, if he can put up a healthy year. Because, I gotta be honest too, it's kind of the same with Corey Seager. Corey Seager, though, signed a 10-year deal with the Rangers. And as big of a fan I am of Corey Seager, I can say, too, I don't think Corey Seager's had that big MVP caliber season that he should have had at this point in his career. With injuries and whatnot limiting him, I don't think Corey Seager has played his best game yet either. Carlos Correa showed some signs last year. But the biggest thing about Correa, again, is he has to stay healthy. But with Correa off the market, Trevor Story, I think, slid in as the next big name on the market. But we'll have to talk about Trevor Story in a little bit as well. Because we do have another signing I want to get to first before we do Trevor Story. But guys, what are your thoughts? Do you think the Twins grabbing Correa was a good move? Do you think that Correa could opt out of his contract in a year if he has a healthy year with the Twins and go somewhere else where he gets like that long-term extension with, you know, the millions of dollars? What do you guys think? Do you guys think he could have gone back to the Astros also? Let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. Be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. And follow me on Twitter as well at DemandAirBoy93. With that, guys, I'm checking out. I will catch you all later. Have a great rest of your day. And peace out, everybody.